After 20 years in the music industry and almost 40 million records sold, it's a privilege to welcome today's guest. Best known for her huge monster hits, How Do I Live and Can't Fight the Moonlight, it's the very beautiful LeAnn Rimes.
Hello.
And we are here right now at the O2 Arena, as you can hear. It's very loud and you're going to go out soon.
Yeah, I'm excited. It should be
this
fun.
is very exciting. Now, congratulations on celebrating 20 years in music.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Has the time flown by?
It has, yeah, it has. I mean, to only be 30 and to have been in this business for almost 20 years is absolutely insane, actually.
Definitely.
I mean, sometimes I feel 30 and very young, and other times I feel like I've, been around for years and years. So, yeah, it's quite an interesting place to be.
Definitely. And how are you going to celebrate when the big day comes?
Oh my gosh, I have no idea. Probably kicking back a little bit, which I haven't had time to do in the last 20 years.
So just kick back, have a nice holiday and just chill.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Now, it's great to have you back here in the UK, LeAnn. You're here to play the Country to Country Music Festival. So how did it come about? How did you get on board with this?
You know what, they called and booked me for the show here, but I've really been, I've toured over here many times and I have a lot of great fans.
Yeah.
So I haven't been here in a while, but it's nice to be able to play again for all the fans here. And it's nice to see country music kind of coming over here and, really kind of people embracing it.
Yeah, definitely, because it's not often that country music breaks through into the mainstream here in the UK. So why do you think it's not as successful here than it is back home?
I just think it's timing. I mean, there's a lot of young country acts that are coming, out of Nashville and country music. So I think it's, as it's become more mainstream, it's very palatable for not only America, but, for the rest of the world. So people are really catching on, which is
Cool. Well, you are one of the few country artists that managed to break through here in the UK and had huge success. So why do you think it's worked for you when so many others have failed? What was it?
Failed.
It's like sort of tried and sort of not been able to do as well as you.
I don't know. I mean, I think that, certain songs just had more of that mass kind of, pop appeal. Can't Fight the Moonlight and How Do I Live and I Need You, those kind of songs. So I don't know. I've been lucky.
You've had some good songs.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely. So you're back. You've got a brand new album called Spitfire. It's been 4 years in the making. So why did you decide to take your time with this record?
Life happened, and I wrote 9 of the 13 songs on the record. So it's a personal record.
Yeah.
But I know I'm not the only one who's been through these situations, so I feel like I've written a lot of other people's stories too. So it's,
cool.
It was really, there's a lot of humanity in the album. It kind of unfolded on its own, and I just took my time with it because I was so passionate about this project and this album. So it's, we didn't rush anything at all.
Cool. It's worth the wait, isn't it?
I hope so.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. It's your 11th studio album. What were you able to do different with this album that you weren't maybe able to do with your previous albums?
I think there's just there's an openness about this record. There was no topic that was off limits. It comes from my heart and soul that, I think my music's always come from that place. But now as, a 30-year-old woman, there's nothing to hide behind. It's, it really is everything, that I've written on this record, I've lived. And I feel like we kind of take you on an emotional roller coaster ride and kind of we've made a film, telling a true story. So I think it's, I guess I'm approaching music now a little bit differently than I did when I was 13.
Yeah,
obviously,
definitely.
Things change.
Yeah. Now, back in the year 2000, you gained your first UK #1 single with Can't Fight the Moonlight. So we're going to check out the video right now before we talk about it. So here it is, LeAnn Rimes. Still with me for a chat, it's one of the queens of country music, LeAnn Rimes. Do you like being called the queen of country music?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever been called that
before.
before.
Well, there we go, the first time.
Yes.
So Can't Fight the Moonlight scored you your first UK #1. That's a pretty big deal. So how did you feel at the time?
It's kind of interesting. That song, they released it in the States and it did nothing.
Yeah.
And then they released it over here and it was #1 in 11 countries, and then they brought it back to the States like a year and a half later and it was a big hit over there. So it's kind of funny how you guys kind of kicked off me having a hit in the States with that song. So, it coming over here and playing for the fans, I'm so disconnected from here, being in the States, that I don't think you really understand the magnitude of the hit single until you come here and people are like, oh my God, we love this song.
And you sing it and it just got, the atmosphere is
people
crazy.
go crazy.
Yeah.
So they've, I've had great success over here and wonderful, wonderful fans.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Now, that single was based on the film, featured in the film Coyote Ugly, and in the music video, you got to actually film on the Coyote Bar. So that must have been a fun video to shoot.
It was. I was 17 at the time, so I wasn't dancing on any bars. That was the only one. It was fun, though.
That's crazy,
Yeah.
17. Doing
I
that.
was young, yeah.
Yeah.
I was a baby.
Now, your biggest selling single is a huge 90s ballad of epic proportions. It's How Do I Live. Now, it was a hit all over the world, and it actually spent 34 weeks in the UK charts, which is crazy, because that doesn't really happen these days. I'm giving you good facts today.
I know,
aren't
I didn't even know this about myself.
So why do you think that song connected and still does connect with so many people?
Oh my God, I think, you know, it's the lyrics in itself, you know, you can kind of relate it to weddings. People have had people say played at their weddings, someone's funeral, like it becomes kind of like, you know, it's something that I think people just automatically relate to.
I think it's timeless as well.
It is, yeah, it definitely is, and you know, I love that song. It kind of, you know, it took me by surprise when that was that huge. I didn't really, you know, ever expect anything like that. I don't think you can.
No, I don't.
It's a once in a lifetime kind of thing.
And when you sing it to crowds, everyone still sings. It's still quite an emotional thing, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's amazing how music can be such a part of, you know, someone's life and their memories, and you know, that's what I find with that song is I have a lot of stories from people and fans telling me, you know, what that song meant to them, and it was a big part of their life. So
it's really nice to hear, I guess, from your part to hear all that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's the ultimate compliment.
Makes your job worth doing. Now, you've worked with some great guys in your time: Ronan Keating, Bon Jovi, Elton John, and Brian McFadden. So, what were those guys like to work with?
All of them were great.
Yeah,
absolutely. You know, of course, working with Elton when I think I was 15 at the time.
Who works with Elton at 15?
It was iconic. I mean, it was one of those moments you're like, whoa, what's happening right now? But yeah, they were all fantastic.
Cool. Is there anyone else that you'd still like to work with?
Yeah, I would love to. I'd love to work with David Gray. I'm a huge David Gray fan. He's fantastic. So that would probably be my next choice.
Oh, fingers
if I
crossed
had
for
it,
you. Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much for talking to us, LeAnn.
Nice to talk to you.
Well, good luck with 2013. Hopefully you'll come back and talk to us again.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so we're going to sign up with another one of your videos. It's got to be the huge 90s ballad. We're going to pull at the heartstrings right now.
Okay.
Here it is, LeAnn Rimes, How Do I Live?